Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. What's good with y'all, man? OSD Live Reloaded back with another live stream. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting. Thank you. Another live stream. This time we discussing some topics. One in particular that I had set to discuss a while back, but I figured this the perfect time to. So without further ado, I want to get my thank yous out. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting the channel. Really thank you to everybody that's been supporting the channel, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate everybody's subscription, leaving comments. Thank you for the comments. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting the shorts. You know, I got a few YouTube shorts that's on the way. Like I said yesterday, I got some great shots in, and they're going to make for good material. So I appreciate everybody that's just been supporting the channel. Shouts out to everybody that caught the live streams yesterday, the behind the scenes live streams. Pretty much I was getting some shots in, but doing live streams in between just to check in with y'all and let y'all know that I appreciate the support always. So, man, it goes a long way. And I just want to say thank you. You know, without y'all support, you know, it makes the machine that much more difficult to function. But with the support, the machine functions properly. So I appreciate you all and everything y'all have done. Again, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate it all. Shouts out to Blackfish. What's going on? Appreciate you pulling up. We're going to get into the topic. Hope you all enjoyed that jazz sequence. I thought that was a good selection for this particular live stream. Something easy going, something chill. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate your subscription. We're going to get into it. 5 key reasons why some people try to disrupt your peace. When you hear that title, automatically people can think of so many reasons. And that's why I do these type of topics, because I know people have a plethora of things they can think of as to why people could disrupt their peace. And for me, peace is everything. You know, if you don't have peace, you got chaos. And we all know what chaos leads to. A whole laundry list of things. Major disruptions. You not being able to stay focused. So that's what drove me to talk about this particular topic today, is that being able to identify the people that's not in your corner, that's not wanting you to have peace, that's not wanting you to win. You got to be able to identify. Shouts out to Not Worth It. What's going on? Yeah, you got to be able to identify and understand the reasoning behind people not wanting you to have peace. And some of it is self-explanatory, but I'm doing this live stream just to put out the identifiers. Some people always say they're in your corner, but every time you turn around, they're doing things to show you that they're not in your corner. And this live stream is just to show you those things. Some understand it. Some who never thought of it that way. You know, this is what that live stream is for too. And shouts out to the people that constantly try to, you know, ingrain positivity and tell people to keep winning and always make sure a person is being the best version of themselves with the growth and everything. Because it's important to have good people in your corner. And good people are definitely difficult to come by because of how the world is set up today. So appreciate the good vibes and what people bring, you know, that may enter your life. Of course, people are going to be people, but you got to have a good judgment of character and be able to understand who's for you and who's not for you. And with this particular list, or these particular key reasons, I should say, these should be a little bit of some identifiers that you could use. Again, if you understand and have that sense of discernment, then, move accordingly. So give me just a second. Okay, we're back. Shouts out to everybody that's joining the live stream right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to go over a few things. Somebody said Lakers in 5. Hey, LeBron trying to get a ring before he leave. We'll see if he able to. See if we can make the chat a little bit bigger. All right, that should be cool. All right. So, we're talking about the 5 key reasons why someone would disrupt your peace in life. And I got some notes down. We'll start with number 1. Insecurity or jealousy. Sometimes people may feel threatened by your success, happiness, or peace. Their own insecurities or jealousy can drive them to try and disrupt your calm in an attempt to bring you down to their level or to feel more in control. We've all seen that time and time again. People that say they're in your corner, they're not for you. They may not be in your corner. They may be dealing with some underlying issues that they haven't come to terms with, which of course creates insecurities that they may have for themselves. So when they see someone like yourself that's found a sense of happiness, found a sense of peace, have success, because again, success is measured by the individual. You can't measure your own line of success with somebody else. You have to have your own line of success. You can't follow the Joneses. You got to move to the beat of your own drum. That's why individuality is important. And when people see that you found a sense of peace and you've obtained success for yourself, that of course they view as success, because they seen you climb from where you were when they, of course, when y'all first started out y'all rapport to where you are now. That can kind of make somebody jealous. It really can. Now, a person that's really in your corner and really rooting for you, for the betterment of yourself and themselves as well, they would never look at it as jealousy. They'd be like, hey, this person came a long way and this is where we are. I'm happy for them, genuinely. Shouts out the King of Receipts. What's going on? They wouldn't look at it as a means to, okay, let me say something to bring down, this person off their high horse, because they're looking at you like you're on your high horse when really you're just doing moves that's conducive for you and your lifestyle. So they may say certain things, move a certain way, just to bring the attention back to them. Insecurities or jealousy. Number 2, unresolved personal issues. Someone might be dealing with their own struggles, whether emotional, mental, or social, and instead of addressing those challenges, they project their frustrations onto others. This can lead to behavior that disrupts your peace, often without regard for how it affects you. So a person can go out of their way to disrupt your peace, not even considering the fact of how it can affect you, being that they've said something or maneuvered a certain way. They don't even care about it. They don't care what happens. They just know they want to say what they're going to say and pretty much rain on your parade. Because some people like this. So if you came up with someone and y'all pretty much came from the mud and you finally found a level of success, or you've exceeded in life in a certain way, some people like to keep you where they first met you at. The selfishness of people. So they'll go, and this is why I'm listing these things, because these are what things to recognize, that if a person is not about your growth, then it's counterproductive. It's really no reason why you should steady try having a relationship or a rapport with that person, because they're not for the betterment of yourself. Because if they don't want it for themselves and then they don't want it for you, then that's telling you a stunt in growth already. Shouts out to SBK. What's going on, man? Shouts out to Just Jay. Appreciate you hitting the like button. Y'all see what she said? Double tap the screen. Appreciate you hitting the like button. You should always want better for yourself. And those unresolved personal issues that a person hasn't came to terms with, or they haven't worked out themselves, they have a tendency to project those things on you instead of facing their own issues head on. And they'll have the satisfaction of placing whatever issues that they may be dealing with themselves on you, to think that that's what's going to make them feel better. But at the end of the day, they're still going to have those same issues. They're still going to have them same issues. In fact, more issues, because being that they projected that type of energy on someone they're supposed to have a rapport with, supposed to care about, supposed to love, however the relationship is, that's now another strain that they've taken on for somebody that looked at them in a way, as far as the progression of just people. It's just something when you think about it, man. Let's see if I can fix the chat. Give me just a second, y'all. Fix it in a way that it fits on the screen. Okay. I'm looking at what y'all see right now too. All right. Let's see how that looks. Bring it over a little bit more. Okay. But yes, people may be going through, not facing their unresolved personal issues and may have a tendency to project that onto someone because they're frustrated with not being able to deal with their issues. So their way of coping with it is projecting it onto you who don't have that issue just for the sake of not being able to deal with it, but they're still going to have to deal with it. And that in itself shows the lack of accountability on that person's behalf because of them wanting to project that type of energy on you. So that's something to be mindful for. And again, it could be different struggles, emotional, mental, or social. It could be any struggle. The key thing is we're all going to have issues. That we're human. We're going to have issues as long as we're alive. We're going to have issues. It's all about how you fight and what you've learned from the experiences in life from having those issues. Were you able to grow from it? How did you survive? What advice could you give to somebody that went through those issues? And that's another thing too. So we all have our issues. Instead of projecting on the issues and making it seem like somebody is the very thing that what you're dealing with, a simple conversation goes a long way. Because it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Now, if you have a rapport with somebody and y'all could talk about whatever the topic is, and you're able to say, hey, you know what, I've been going through XYZ, and I was wondering if you was versed in that, or you've ever experienced this, or you've had issues dealing with ABC. And you never know. A person may have went through the same issue you went through, but they can point you in the direction of someone or a source that can help you with that issue. Just things to keep in mind. Number 3, the need for attention or validation. People who crave attention or validation might create conflict or drama in your life as a way to draw focus back onto themselves. If they feel ignored or unnoticed, they may stir up negativity to recenter the spotlight. That's a big one. People, especially this day and age, the need for attention and validation is real. We're all seeing the saying now, attention is a hell of a drug. That's pretty much common. That saying is getting around. But as cliche as it becoming to be as a saying, it's real. A lot of people, most people don't get that attention or that validation in their reality. So they'll come to places like social media just to get that kind of assurance from strangers online, or do whatever it takes to get that attention from people in their reality, because they don't have the confidence. They lack the confidence knowing who they are as a person, that they think attention is what makes them feel complete as a person. Attention is, and see, though, and this is what family is for. Family and loved ones, they can fill that void. The void of not getting attention or needing validation. That's what family is for. Family and loved ones can easily fill that void. But it also starts with you as a person as well. You have to grow and understand who you are as a person and your structure and your foundation, that you won't have to go out and create all different types of controversy to center yourself around just for people to acknowledge you. Because all attention ain't good attention. And if you know a person that just always creating chaos and mischief just to be mentioned or people to shed light on their name, then 9 times out of 10, that's a person you don't want to associate yourself with. You just got to be able to identify the behavior and maneuver around it. Because, again, it's not conducive. It's just not. We've all seen people that every chance you get, they center themselves around foolishness or negativity just to be in that light. It just doesn't make this. It doesn't make any sense. You know, self-respect is very important. It's very important to have self-respect. Number 4, the lack of boundaries or respect. Some people may not respect your boundaries or personal space, either because they don't understand them or because they feel entitled to your time and energy. Their lack of respect can cause unnecessary disturbances in your life, making it harder to maintain peace. Wow. The lack of boundaries or respect. And as you being your own individual, you should always have a set of boundaries for yourself, a line that people shouldn't be able to cross, because you have that self-respect, knowing what you would go for, what you're not going to go for. And if it's people that say they have an ounce of respect or just or a lot of respect for you or love, or they care for you, they should acknowledge that and understand that that's how you are as a person. Showing total disregard for that should automatically be a red flag, especially if you're the person that goes out of your way to respect other people's boundaries. It has to be reciprocated. It truly has to be reciprocated. Butterfly Pink, what's going on? Appreciate you catching the live stream. Yeah, it should always be reciprocated. Respect should be reciprocated. If somebody meets you with disrespect and then wants to be respected after the fact, that doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. Respect should be met with respect. And as far as surrounding yourself around people that feel entitled to your time and energy, well, that in itself seems draining already, because they want to pull as much time and energy from you for them. Well, it's taken away from what it is that you're trying to do for yourself and what you have set out for yourself. That doesn't make any sense. Because you'll be spending most of your time trying to build up this person or get them to understand something, even if they might not understand. Now, again, it's a difference between trying to help somebody get an understanding and somebody just stuck in their ways. Now, if it's a person that's stuck in their ways, they don't want to see it any other way, then you have to respectfully agree to disagree. Because it makes no sense to spend time and energy and trying to put it to somebody because they don't have a grasp on life and an understanding. That's something that they got to get for themselves. And the only way they'll be able to get that is through experiences. That's the only way they'll be able to get that is through experiences. Young Riaz, what's going on? Michael Ben, what's up? That's the only way people will get it is through experiences. And you just have to let people live life. And in order to do that is you setting your boundaries. By not going for what you ain't gonna go for. You setting those boundaries, it'll take you a long way. You know, just respect is big, especially with just rapport, relationships. Respect is one of those keys that you need. A mutual respect and self-respect. You can't have a rapport of respect with someone that doesn't even respect themselves. Because if they don't respect themselves, how do you think they'll view you? If a person doesn't respect themselves, how do you think how they'll view you? Just something to think about. Number 5. Projection of negative energy. Negative people often project their own unresolved anger, frustration, or bitterness onto others. They might disrupt your peace simply because they are carrying unresolved negative emotions, and without realizing it, they impact those around them. A person just so consumed by everything that's going on in their life that they don't even realize that energy is transferable. So they're in the mindset of, you know, what they're thinking about and what they got going on. So when they spew out words, because words is power to you, that energy is transferable. Now it's up to you to either deflect or receive that energy. And it takes much more. I would say it's better to deflect that energy, especially if you're in a good space in life, and allowing negative energy into it will bring down yours. And again, the best way to negate all that is a simple conversation, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. We go through everything. Now it's the psychological part of it, when realizing where, you know, people go through things and they might not be in their right mind. So they're responding because of what's actually going on, instead of and not thinking about how it's affecting the people that they're surrounding themselves with in a different type of energy. That's why it's always good to check yourself. You have to always check yourself. Again, we're all human. We go through things. That's what it's going to be. We go through things. We're going to go through things. So, and what I mean by checking yourself, I'll give you an example. Let's just say you went through something that pretty much it messed up your mood. Like, you know what? I'm not in the right frame of mind. And you're supposed to, you know, let's just say you're getting up with friends, or supposed to get up with friends to hang for a few. The kind of person I am, if I know I'm not in that mindset, I'm not going to go especially when I know that energy is transferable, and I wouldn't even be focused on exactly having a good time because my mind is elsewhere. And I'd rather sit and figure it out and check myself than to bring that negative energy to a place where it shouldn't be wanted, or where it shouldn't be wanted. And I wouldn't want it being there. That's checking yourself. I'd rather sit it out and figure out what it is that I have to work with myself in that issue than to bring that energy to people that's probably on a whole nother vibe. And here I come with my energy and messing up the feng shui. You got to check yourself. Carl Belton, what's going on? Hanging with Brody. EJ, what's up? Sick'em Dogs, what's up? Appreciate y'all being in the building, catching the live stream. We're just having a little dialogue. Having just a little dialogue. Yeah, you have to be able to check yourself. Unresolved anger, frustration, or bitterness onto others, and that's a major thing too, because we have our emotions and feelings about issues in life that we deal with. We have to be able to check ourselves. Leaving those things unresolved and spewing that energy where it's not warranted, it doesn't help at all. That's just adding fuel to the fire, and it won't make you feel better as a person. But being a person that's in a positive light, I should say, that's, again, if you're in a positive light, you found a sense of peace, you found a sense of happiness. Be in that. You're going to have people around that's dealing with issues and things. And it's, of course, and it's always good to have a conversation to help people through it. It really is. But the person has to take the initiative to want to help themselves as well. Being able to check themselves as well. Not being on a defense when you point out certain things that may be counterproductive to what it is that they're trying to do, to work out whatever issues they may be going through. Again, we all have different issues that we go through in life. Some different from others. But a simple conversation can always point somebody in the right direction. And the reason why I use these 3 key reasons, because they're pretty much common reasons why a person might want to lash out and disrupt your peace in life. Because peace is very important. When you think of peace, you got to think about how much does it mean to you. No one should want to live in a world of chaos. Because if your life is chaotic, it's going to always be confusion going on and negativity and a lot of wasted energy. A lot of wasted energy. Almost too much wasted. Like, put it this way. It would take much more energy being in a negative mood than positive. And you just have to find different ways to channel, that good energy. You have to find different ways to. Let me see. Y'all know I like definitions. Look up definitions right quick. So according to Oxford Languages, peace, freedom from disturbance, tranquility. Also, it says a state or a period in which there is no war or war has ended. Freedom from disturbance is peace, tranquility. So let's go even, with Google, you go down a rabbit hole. Let's go to tranquility. The quality or state of being tranquil, calm, hearing your thoughts. Because if you got chaos and confusion around, it's disruption. You can't hear your thoughts. So you're moving off impulse because you didn't have the chance to sit back, be calm, actually process what's actually happening. Just being impulsive and already just jumping out and responding and saying and doing things just off impulse because you felt like the need to. But if you take a second to sit back, analyze, be calm, you might make a more better decision or find a more effective way to handle the issue that you've been thinking about. Instead of taking the energy of, or taking a negative route and using that energy to project it onto others, that may be in a whole different energy. That's just something to think about. Just keeping everything tranquil and just calm. If it's chaotic, you just want to just sit back and think about things. And the older we get, the less things we just not going to put up with. Of course, when you're younger, you going 1,000 miles an hour, but the older you get, you got to start making better decisions and appreciating life more. Because that's what it comes to. You're not going to put up with a lot of things the older you get. And things that just don't make any sense at all or conducive for your well-being and lifestyle. You just got to let it fall by the wayside. You just got to. And try to find that state of peace and quiet. Sometimes I just don't be liking to hear no kind of noise at all. I like just to sit in quiet and just gather my thoughts and reflect. Reflection is very important to reflect. I spend a great deal of reflecting. So too much time actually reflecting. I shouldn't spend as much time as I do reflecting, but I do. Sometimes I overthink. But I do. I reflect a lot on decisions I've made, decisions I'm going to make. If I make this decision, what's going to, come from that decision? I just do a lot of reflecting. And then so far, it's helped. Of course, sometimes it can, how you like, oh man, but you got to remember, life is going to go on. And I get it. Life be lifing. But you got to make the best of every opportunity and be able to recognize who is for you and who is not for you. Your circle speaks volumes. It's not about I want to see how I can put this. You should definitely always strive for the betterment of yourself every day. We're going to make mistakes along the way, but it's all about how you capitalize and what you've learned. Like I said before, it's about what you've learned. I've said it time and time again, and people know this. Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the greatest teacher. It's things that experience can give you a lesson on that a textbook couldn't. You know, you can read about other people's experiences and be able to identify, of course, but when it comes to your own personal experiences and how you've overcame situations and issues, that's the best teacher. And that testament can help somebody that might have a similar issue, who's able to convey what it is that they're going through and not have to project that energy onto you, but in fact make a way that they can help not just themselves but you as well in the growth and development as a person. You know, people are all different from the four corners of the world, but I think God's greatest test is love. You gotta be love. Man, I can't think of nothing else. It gotta be love, man, and understanding. Because things definitely happen for a reason and by design. And I just wanted to give y'all that dialogue for today. That was something, like I told y'all, I wanted to do for quite some time, and put out my 5 reasons as to why I believe someone will go out their way to disturb your peace, and put out some identifiers, things that I've observed as I've been living and seeing, you know, the trials and tribulations. It was worth me sharing and putting out here in the forefront for you all. Some may have identified them as well, but I just wanted to make sure it was documented and put it on a live stream and have that conversation with y'all. If Nightbot didn't put it in the chat already, the link to join this particular live stream right here as a panelist is on my community wall. I'll give it a few minutes for anybody that want to join and speak their thoughts or share their thoughts and opinions on this particular topic. The 5 key reasons as to why people will want to disturb your peace. Please feel free to hit the link and join this particular live stream. It's on my community wall. I figured out a way where, of course, it doesn't let you, well, live streams doesn't let the link be active until, I believe, after the fact. But you all that want to join the live stream as the broadcast is happening right now, hit the link on my community wall, come up and share your thoughts and opinions. This is the part of the segment where you, the audience, can voice your thoughts and opinions. Again, shouts out to the chat. Appreciate everybody that pulled up to this live stream. Thank you. Shouts out to all the new subscribers. Shouts out to all the current subscribers. As y'all can see, I like the vertical live stream. Of course, I love the horizontal live streams, but the vertical live streams is, to me, have been a bit more effective lately with just being able to convey what it is that I'm trying to convey. Just simply hitting live. I can still set the stage how I would normally would for a horizontal live stream, but the vertical live stream gives it more of a personalized feel, and I like that. I definitely like that. And again, link is on the community wall for anybody that's wanting to join this live stream. And it's a go. I said I'm gonna give it a minute. While we waiting, make sure you check out my shorts on this channel, OSD Live Reloaded, the shorts column. I got some new shorts up there where I'm just giving some words of encouragement. Just giving a little, just giving some dialogue. And please feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you to everybody that's been writing comments. Thank you. Thank you for all the support, for hitting the like button as well. We got more shorts on the way, more creative material too. I told y'all I was getting a few scenes for a video that I want to do about life and experiences. And we're going to keep pushing forward. The machine is still going. Ain't no stopping. And I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate the support. And if all hearts and minds are clear, appreciate everybody that caught this live broadcast. Playback game, you know what to do. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Shouts out to the moderators. Shouts out to the chat. Thank you all for watching. Again, please feel free to leave comments under the videos. Hit the like button on not just this video, but the previous ones. Check out the shorts. Check out all the material on this channel. It's only up from here, 2025. We still live. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave comments. This is OSD Live Reloaded. Protect your peace. Protect your energy. Always strive to make good decisions. Love yourself first. How can you love someone else without loving yourself first? It starts with you. Until next time. Gone. I swear I'll be giving y'all my life in these verses. I can't really make none of this shit up. This is my life as I know it. All factuals. I ain't got no time to sit down and lie to you. I just be jotting down my life. Netflix and chill. Baby braiding up my hair. I thought I told you that my game Frigidaire. Just trying to make sure you're aware. It's a whole lot of money to be made everywhere, and it's solely up to you if you gon' get it how you live it. Hennessy Code, that's factuals. My young thing got potential, let me package you. If you know, then you know I can mold you, baby. Put your listening ears on, don't be talking crazy. I ain't nothing like you used to. Coolin', I'm staying away from all that stupid shit too. Gotta get the bag, maneuvering in silence, life's good. Why would I wake up choosing violence? Damn shame they don't wanna see you happy on exotic islands, getting brain freezes from some daiquiris. I need that shit like right now, baby. I need that shit like right now. Listen, I need that shit like right now, baby. I need that shit like right now. Shit. Listen, love, don't you know that we are just coolin', coolin'? And baby, I just want you to chill. We just groovin', groovin'. Listen, I need that shit like right now, baby. I need that shit like right now. Listen, I'm feeling alright now. Shit, I'm feeling alright now. Good. First they seem to love you and then that shit turn to hate. I could really give a fuck cause I wanna just elevate. Get in place in and out of Cali on the weekends, just to get your mind right and stay up out the deep end. Thank you God, I know in favor how my life is going. The ones who fake you kept them from me and it's really showing. Bruce Lee, Roar, Aura, baby, I be glowing. You can't gain me love, I be knowing. If you stand for nothing, then you fall for something. Some bad bitches that you see ain't never worth the cuffing. I remain cooler than the cut, you know what it's up. Right around on assignment, baby, you know what it's up. I need that shit like right now, baby. I need that shit like right now. Listen, I need that shit like right now, baby. I need that shit like right now. Shit. Listen, love, don't you know that we are just coolin', coolin'? Baby, I just want you to chill. We just groovin', groovin'. Yeah, baby, that's the one. Like I said, I need that shit like right now. Like right now. Don't get none of that on my shoes either. I don't give a fuck how much sauce you see. Yeah, you the one.